Quick thoughts.
Yeah, really pleased with just an overall performance. One of the things we've been talking about is it doesn't matter who the opposition is. Can we play the brand of soccer that we want to play on both sides of the ball, offense and defense, and then not have lapses of just our overall mentality where maybe, we score a goal and next thing you know it's in the back of the net against us, or vice versa. They score a goal and then there's a lapse of frustration. I thought there was a lot of leadership on the field today. I heard a lot of guys talking, a lot of guys stepping up. Josh Jones, Gage, JP, Jack, you name it. There were so many guys I felt like were speaking that I needed to hear that. They needed that for the energy and the momentum that we're seeking.
Last week, it was a slow first half, and then you liked the second half. What was so good for you in the first half tonight?
Yeah, that's again what we've been talking about is just being able to start with energy, right, and carry that through an entire match. I think everybody's starting to recognize that. Maybe it's different words in the locker room and how they speak to one another. Maybe it's how they approach something differently, slightly in the warm-ups. Maybe it's the right before the kick huddle in terms of whatever it said. Our approach on the training pitch hasn't changed much. It's more about just simply recognizing that our mentality needs to be a little bit sharper, a little bit cleaner, and guys speaking into one another, and I think they did that tonight.
Everyone knows Gage is an elite scorer. We saw it last year. He scored 2 in the first 2 matches, then didn't score for a long time. I think he scored in the last 5 he's played in. Has something changed for him, or what's different?
I think it's one of those when you play forward passes and instead of playing negative passes back to our goalkeeper, and the guys are looking to play those forward passes, breaking lines, that's where Gage thrives and that's where our team thrives. And I think obviously he's starting to get on the score sheet, but when we find him, good things happen. So he's obviously in the higher layers. So we got to play those forward passes to him.
When you look at the rest of the score sheet, Bilal, Mason, Parker, it's not the usual suspects.
Yeah.
How did you get contributions from other guys tonight?
Yeah, I think Bilal, that's a credit to him. Last couple games, I think he's finally finding his groove a little bit. Knew he was talented, know he's talented, and just how does he fit into the setup and in terms of what we're asking and executing it continually. And I think we're starting to see that, and it led to obviously a goal and an assist, and I think I expect more out of him, even more than even he showed tonight. I think he has more. I'm glad Mason, obviously that was to get on the score sheet for him. I think he's been putting together some good trainings and good games, and obviously he's a senior, so I'm happy for him to where he's at right now.
And then how important was it for AJ and that back line to put together a 0 and finally finish one off?
Yeah, it's something that we've been talking about is just, again, that comes from a complete focus, a discipline, and a commitment to doing the right things, and no wavering, no lapses of just our mindset to where it leads to something that you don't want. And I think there's a urgency, there's an aggressiveness, there's a leadership component that was starting to come out tonight that I saw, and we need that carrying forward. This match, we have 2 really tough matches coming up, and the ACC tournament is something that quite honestly, we're preparing to win. And I think you got to catch some momentum, you got to start playing well, and you got to keep some clean sheets. And tonight was a step in the right direction.
2 matches left, 2 ACC teams, 2 teams in the top 25. Tell us about Sunday at NC State.
We've had opportunities to play top 10, top 25 teams. And I would say this about our group. I truly feel like we can beat anybody. We went to Pitt and had them, 3-2, played a poor first half, and second half I finally think we woke up and started playing well. Obviously we go out to California and, we tie the game 3-3. We're right there. Clemson, it's a top 25 game. We're up 2-0, and then obviously it switches to 3-2 and not in our favor. I firmly believe when we are executing, when we're doing what we're capable of doing, again, we can beat anybody. And that's what, for us, the confidence and belief to win the ACC tournament, the next 2 games, but also the ACC tournament should be there.